Neon lights, neon lights. Stay dancing with my demons, do the dash me out of sight. Run it up, secure the bag.
Hello and welcome to the SoulInsights podcast. I'm Chiron and Loxton, joined by
Kyle.
And we're going to be doing another second installment in this series.
Yep, so it's
Would You Rather?
Travel Edition.
Boom.
Yeah, so anything you can think of, random travel stuff. Would you rather go here or here? Would you rather do this or that when you're away?
It's travel in general,
Anything
isn't it?
like that,
Rather
yeah.
than travel to countries, it could be like space travel, time travel, blah, blah, blah. Travel.
Literally, the word travel.
Backhand travel. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's kick it off with music recommendation.
Right.
Is Bryson Tiller, Just Another Interlude.
Yep, whatever that is.
So that's getting added to the SI Pod playlist on Spotify. It's from his album Trap Soul. It's one of my favourite albums.
Is this an
Fun
old
fact.
album or?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite old.
Cool.
So it bangs. to be
That's
honest.
chill.
It's from the deluxe album, if you'd like to know even more details from it, but
Sound.
bangs.
Right. Is it me next?
TV, film, game,
Yep,
mate.
so we'll go game first. So Need for Speed Unbound, which is out the 29th, maybe.
Looks quite good,
so
actually,
it should already be out now. It looks alright.
A$AP Rocky's in it.
Is it A$AP Rocky? I was going to say Travis Scott for some reason, but A$AP Rocky, that
I think it's,
more
yeah,
likely,
it's him.
So yeah, I'll go and check it out. Go and get it for like fucking 200 quid or however much it costs.
Imagine, like, as a music artist, you get, like, a cameo in something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Stormzy's in Watch Dogs Legion, isn't he? Something
Yeah,
like
then
that.
you could say the same thing. I know it's a bit different with actors, but obviously Keanu Reeves of Cyberpunk, like
Yeah, exactly.
Logic in Last of Us, even though it's only a tiny, like, 2-second thing. But
like
still.
Childish Gambino, he's in films. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's sick to see that. But a video game would be well
Yeah.
cool, though.
So yeah, Need for Speed Unbound. Obviously, we've played quite a lot of the Need for Speed games. They haven't been that great as of late, in our opinions. But fresh start maybe could be better.
Yeah, exactly.
And film recommendation. So this film is out on the 2nd of December. Violent Night. It's from the producers of Bullet Train and Nobody, and it is actually a Christmas film. So, you know, banter with Hopper from Stranger Things. I can't remember what his name is.
Might go
but
and watch that.
it looks great, so you'll have to watch the trailer. It looks hilarious.
We'll have to see
It
if
is
it's out,
literally Nobody, yeah, with
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk, rather, but Santa
Christmas.
version.
And you
it
said
is.
it's out?
Bob Odenkirk is Santa, basically.
It's out.
But it's not
Coming
Bob Odenkirk. 2nd of December.
Oh, cool.
So I think that's the date it's out in cinema. So we'll have to go and watch it.
Yeah, we'll try and watch that.
That'll be banter. But yeah, you'll like the look of it when you see it. So,
Yeah, Nobody was good.
Yeah, it's not like your typical shit Christmas film that is a waste of time, basically.
No.
Well, that's not really a film, but you know.
Violent. Well, yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Moving on.
Jokes.
Dead joke.
Yeah, so that's it, isn't it?
Yep, so I haven't got any
Okay,
TV
yeah.
because I couldn't find anything worth mentioning.
Oakley dokley. Dictionary from Obscure Stories by John Koenig. Chapter 5, Boats Against the Current, Holding On in the Rush of the Moment. And this word is backmasking.
BACKMASKING.
Yep.
Piss easy.
The instinctive tendency to see someone as you knew them in their youth, a burned-in image of grass-stained knees, graffitied backpacks or handfuls of birthday cake, superimposed on an adult with a mortgage or children of their own. So the only memory that you have of them is just childhood memories.
So that's
like
what
school
it'd be
kid-
for quite a lot of like school friends. Yeah.
You just remember them from banter, isn't it?
Yeah. You'd see them again and you'd be like, oh, remember when this happened? Remember this. And then it's like they actually have real life, like,
Yeah.
they have things going on. They have responsibilities, problems, all that shit. But it's just jokes because you're like,
Stuck in the past with them,
remember when
isn't
you
it?
took that cricket ball to the face or something like that?
And then you probably get another weird feeling where, like, you would see them there and it's like, geez, you're seeing them, like, holding hands with their kid or something. And it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what the hell?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a weird feeling.
Well, yeah, it's
Just
mad,
so used
mad
to seeing them as a
like
kid, like,
how different somebody
yeah.
can be.
Or how
kind of
grown up,
thing.
like, they
yeah,
become.
yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
obviously the last time you saw them was just being taken down bulldog in a field, like,
Exactly.
or something.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
going to say what I was going to.
Fun fact of backmasking. In audio recording, backmasking is a technique wherein a sound is deliberately recorded backwards so only intelligible when played in reverse. Pretty banging. Subliminal message.
Logic, Illuminate,
Illuminati, isn't it?
Illuminati. I couldn't remember exactly Illuminati. Let's say that. So you have to
Mm.
play the song in reverse, and then it gives you the message, doesn't it?
So that's how we got the
So
reference. to that.
technically, it's not really a made-up word, is it? He's just given his own meaning to it.
Yeah, his own like style to it.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool anyway. Like, you've taken an already existing word. Because what are words? Everything's made up.
Interpretation, isn't it?
Everything in the world is made up. Who says that 2 + 2 is 4?
Exactly.
Just because says it is, why can't 2 + 2 be giraffe?
I think Keanu Reeves says that. He doesn't want any conflicts. He says 2 + 2 is 5, then 2 + 2 is 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue with you.
Exactly.
You just do your own thing.
Everything is what you want it to be, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Words are cool, though. I think it's better. Right. We going into main topic?
Yep, main topic. Sorry, I was away from the mic.
Would you rather travel edition?
Yep, so you've got more than me, so you can kick this off.
Like you say, we'll just have to say if you clash with
Yeah,
someone.
we'll probably have the same shit, won't we?
So this will be banter. Would you rather travel with friends, family, or your significant other?
Well, don't have a significant other, so there you go. Depends what sort of vibe you're looking for, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, fuck them off. Probably friends. I've never travelled with family, so I probably wouldn't.
So friends over family, because when you go with family doing anything, it's kind of like you have to all agree. Like, it's a bit more difficult to kind of figure stuff out of what you're doing. You kind of just go along with stuff, don't you? When you go with friends, you probably go in with somebody that actually wants to do the same sort of shit as you. And then you can actually have a lot more fun. Like, whenever we go somewhere, we're both just like, yeah, let's do whatever.
I think, like you said, we're probably quite lucky that we're similar-minded with it. Because you'll get some friends who'd want to take control of the whole holiday, or that would piss me off. I think, like, you've got people that just want to, I don't know, get some control with stuff.
It has to be what they want. And not what the group wants, essentially.
Yeah, you just do the collective thing. Which I don't know. We haven't travelled with like a massive group though. I've only travelled like small numbers, really.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 of us, or like meeting people in different places, and then you kind of form a group. But that's different, isn't it? Because then you can just leave. Like, you can leave them and go off and do what you want with like the people you went with. I think,
like, say, ask us that if you've travelled with 10 friends and see how annoying that'd be.
Significant other thing, it's a different vibe again.
Yeah,
like you go for something completely different, and I think because neither of us have at this current time, then friends all the way.
Not relate to that feeling, I guess. You just travel with people and your friends.
But it's more banter when you go, because I don't think you have to worry as much when you go with friends. It's kind of like,
it depends how wild. Like, obviously, if you have a girlfriend, I imagine she's probably just as wild or like game for whatever
wants
you
to
do
what you want to do, or wants to do like similar sort of shit. But yeah, anyway.
Obviously, Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I don't really she might join in. No, my girlfriend. Get lit.
So I'll stay. Actually, no, I'm gonna go fucking weird. Well, this is probably one of the ones you'll have. Would you rather be left behind in a bush on an African safari, or left behind in the water on a scuba trip?
Probably.
I feel like there's only one logical explanation to this.
Are you left behind on the scuba trip? Are you left behind deep in the ocean because you're gonna run out of oxygen and die? Safari, you might have survival. You can chill for a little bit. You
got to think you're either in the middle of the ocean or the middle of the desert. That is the way it is. You might get lucky and a boat might pass by and pick you up. But also, if you've gone scuba diving, you're probably in an area where there's stuff that's going to eat you. And you can't escape. Or it's not like you can swim away from a shark. It's easier to outrun a lion than it is to swim away from a shark, I think, isn't it?
So, like, put it back into perspective. Left behind a scuba trip, you've come up, you've resurfaced, the boat's just gone.
So you're
not like meters down, and you've been left down there because you're gonna die then. Because you're floating about. Chilling.
You're just in the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so you've come up and there's no boat. Yeah.
The car's completely gone out of view, and you're just in a bush.
You're just in the middle of the desert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it has to be desert. You've got more chance of being able to survive, I think.
Yeah.
You could find some sort of shelter. You're in a bush, so you can get away from the heat maybe a bit. But if you're in the water, you are literally in the water.
Yeah, it's jokes,
that is it.
And you'll just get tired. And anyway,
yeah, exactly.
At least you probably chill for a little bit, isn't it? I mean, you'd slowly die, but I guess scuba diving, you'd be fucked.
You just find a pack of lions, make friends, and then you ride one to safety.
Exactly, dancing with wolves or something. Just become part of the wild. You know?
Mind you could be like David Hasselhoff in SpongeBob, where he's in SpongeBob movie, where he's like
a speedboat.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just flying along the water.
Yeah, probably like them.
Yep, agreed.
Okay. Would you rather visit every country in the world or go to space? Space travel.
See, that's dependent on how you interpret it as well.
What does it mean by visit?
What does it mean by go to space? Does
Yeah,
it literally mean
just
like,
break out the ozone?
Yeah, exactly. And visit every country? Do you just literally you step in the country and you're like, right, next one?
No, don't even leave the airport.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
put a crisp on
exactly.
the
So
floor
you
like
get off
TGF.
the plane. You come down one set of steps off the plane and you instantly walk up the other set of steps.
Rather go to space. If it's that, I'd go space. Because if you're not leaving the airport, I'd rather shoot myself.
Take it as
landing
I suppose
headrest.
you take it as a exactly. You take it as you can visit every country and say you can spend a few days in each country, or you do it like a holiday in each country, or you go to space.
Well, every country.
I think so, yeah. Because space is like, oh, I went up in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think you can have a lot more. What you'd see in space would be a lot cooler, but you could have a lot more fun visiting every country, couldn't you?
And you could probably rank every country you visit. So the more dangerous countries, you just do towards the end.
You'd be like,
So
right,
if you get
Somalia,
shot-
number 1.
If you get shot, then at least you've had jokes first. With space, you could just push the ejector button and
Not even that. You
Chilling,
could be on your rocket ship, just about to launch, and it just blows up.
well, like Rick and Morty, just go to like all the
Sorted.
Gandhi places.
Or your different like multiverses and shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, every country, I think. Right. What the fuck?
What?
This volume went really weird, or unless it was my ears. Right. Would you rather surf in Hawaii or snowboard in like the Alps or Mount Everest?
Ooh.
Like a major mountain.
I would say, seeing as it came first, surf in Hawaii. Just because you could say that would be a cool thing to say that you've done.
Yeah,
or
but
like
imagine being
see-
able to say I snowboarded down Mount Everest. Think about how many people. Let's just say Mount Everest. Think about how many people
We're skillful
can
enough
actually
to do that.
manage Mount Everest in the first place, let alone snowboarding down it. But obviously, you like your surfing.
So your highest
That's
level.
why I thought it was a difficult thing. Not even that. It's just think about the experience of being able to. You can competently do both things.
Okay.
So you'd have good fun surfing. You'd be able to
And
do
you're
it,
half
and you'd
decent
have
at
good fun
snowboarding to go down,
snowboarding. You'd be able to go down the hill without dying, basically.
Just because it's been like a thing. It'd be the surf probably.
Okay.
Even though snowboarding would be insane.
I'd say snowboarding just because I think it'd be more interesting than the surfing, because the surfing you're kind of on the water and you wouldn't necessarily see anything. Whereas if
It'd
you're
be nice and warm though,
snowboarding,
wouldn't it? It'd be
yeah, I
sick.
know,
It'd be
but
awesome surf
you're
session.
snowboarding down a mountain. Think about how much stuff you could like see. Think about like looking out into the distance and that sort of shit. Like you'd have all the other mountains
It's
and that
Hawaii,
instead of
though.
just like instead
You
of
chill in
just
Hawaii after the
sands.
session.
Yeah.
Because you got chilling in Mount Everest. You were literally chilling.
Why not? Yeah, exactly.
Hawaii, you can just chill
Fridge.
about after the surf session, I guess.
Yeah.
But Mount Everest, just send yourself straight line it. Don't even like fall and leave or anything. Just
Exactly.
Flow.
Just
just send yourself.
It'd be like that. It's on a snowmobile, but the Call of Duty mission where you send yourself through all the trees, don't you,
Oh,
on the
exactly.
snowmobile? Yeah, it'd just be like that. Just fly.
5 o'clock.
MW2, the original MW2, I think that is, isn't it?
Yeah, old school one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That's cool. We had different ones. If time weren't an issue, would you rather travel by ship, train, or plane? If time isn't an issue. And that's why I guess you put into perspective. Train can go across water. It'd literally just be a Eurotunnel that interconnects.
Oh yeah,
every
so you
country.
can get that train anywhere. You can get that boat or plane anywhere.
I would still say plane. I think if it's like private jet, you just got your own space, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but
Seasick,
would
I
it be?
think.
See, you can be there. You could say you've got your private yacht.
Yeah, but I think I'll get seasick because you get storms and stuff, isn't it? I mean, you get storms obviously in the sky, but stormy will have like waves.
Okay,
like-
so do you make it a bit easier and just say your bog standard travel shit?
Economy. Each
Like
one would
a
be economy.
standard thing that you would get currently, yeah. So you'd either
Train,
get
probably.
I'd say train.
if that
'cause
can connect.
You don't have to sit in the airport. You have to sit in the airport for fucking hours before, and then it's all the bullshit. Train, you can rock up 2 seconds before it goes, get on and piss off, and it's easy to get off. You can move around pretty freely, and there's actually quite a lot of space when you think
Mhm.
about it.
You don't get any turbulence or motion sickness on the waves
Yeah.
or anything, is it? So
Yeah, ship. I'd get seasick to shit.
even though
'Cause-
the best views would probably be ship, though. Like, even obviously most of the time you're just gonna be chilling on water, but
I think it'd probably be the most interesting.
yeah. So
Yeah.
there's perks for each one. But
Yeah,
like you said,
I'd
if
say
it was
train.
a private, then plane. I think. Like if you had literally just that was the only.
Yeah, because assuming this is how private planes work, that you can just rock up to the airport. It's easy to get through because your private stuff. So you just go through security like piss.
Yeah.
You go straight to your plane and you leave. Obviously, when you can, with like the air times and all that, but you've got a lot more freedom.
Yeah. I guess that's how you do it.
Yeah. Otherwise,
If you had private of all three of them, so you fly to the country in the plane, you go on your ship in the country, but if you want to travel anywhere else in that country, you use the train.
yeah, it would be
Leave the
exactly.
plane.
That's the problem.
Long
with the
haul would be
ship.
the plane, isn't it? Then if you went to like Ibiza or something, just have the ship there, just chill it, or Monaco, or
So right, I'm just off across the water.
just chill.
Yeah. Right. So, would you rather spend 15 minutes in the desert with full winter clothing, or 15 minutes in Antarctica in a Speedo? I think that's very difficult.
It's 15 minutes though. It's not too bad, but I wonder how
I've-
quick ice.
I think
Frostbite kicks in.
I think you'd be fucked in the Antarctica.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so, because you get frostnip quite quickly.
Imagine trying to warm up again after, versus trying to cool down
It's like chill
after. It'd be a lot easier to live after being too hot than after being too
I think
cold.
so, because your body would probably just sweat like mad. It like can cope with the heat a bit better. If not, it just passes you out anyway. And then cold, like you're just going numb,
like
wouldn't
you wouldn't be able to move. Like
Hypothermia and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
But
Your
that takes
toes
a
would
while.
fall off.
Yeah.
But you'd be to the point where you would you wouldn't be able to move. Your teeth would fucking shatter because you
What, Mr. Ballin story, isn't it? When you get hypothermia, the brain gives you one last bit of energy to find somewhere before you die.
Really.
Your brain goes into like survival going, this is the last bit of energy your body has. Find somewhere now, or you're gone, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're just ended.
It's pretty
Yeah.
interesting though.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But like
So yeah, desert.
Yeah, just sweat out for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's gotta be on it.
Nice
really.
workout, isn't it? Sweat workout, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lose weight
exactly.
like that.
Right.
Right, am I doing one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the same one. Would you rather travel abroad alone or with a group? It's not like friends, family, or anything. Just like a group or on your own.
So a group of strangers.
A group of strangers or friends, like anyone. Like, would you rather travel with a group?
I'd
of
rather
people
travel with somebody. I think.
and just it's hard. Because I say when you've got friends who are like-minded, it's jokes, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, you like your solo travel. I'm not like. I'd say
Yeah.
I'm not confident enough to go on my own somewhere.
But then probably the last solo travel, you're traveling solo, but then you're meeting up with people there. You're just the whole travel experience. You're on your own. That would be quite interesting. I haven't done that before, so I'd probably say travel alone just to try it out.
That'd be mad. Like you don't meet
meet
anybody.
anyone, no.
You go do what you want to do by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
At least in that sense, it'd be like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing, kind of thing. You've got nobody in the way.
Yeah.
And you don't meet anybody, so nobody's going to try and drag you away from something. It literally is, I want to do this, so I'm going to.
I'd probably say that just to experience it. What country though? Like a language barrier country. Like just go completely random.
Imagine
with
going
it.
to like Japan on your own.
Yeah.
You've got nobody you can talk to because nobody speaks English.
Yeah.
Nothing's in English.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, you'd be... Oh.
You're
It'd be
later.
jokes. You have to make every decision. At least in that sense, you're making every decision yourself. So if anything goes wrong, you've only got yourself to blame.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas if you go with somebody and they make the decision, you get annoyed at them because they
I
chose
remember
the wrong
saying that
thing.
to some people, like, that's when you travel alone. The only person that you're messing about is yourself.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
you're not getting like guilt coming in because you're like messing up someone else's like trip or anything.
I honestly can't imagine you traveling alone though. Like when we sit in the airport and they'll call out names or something, and you'll pay no attention to anything, and how you end up getting through stuff, I do not understand.
Exactly.
It's jokes.
I still do that.
Jokes. Anyway.
I'll probably end up making friends with people when you travel anyway, isn't it? Because you said, how much of a traveller person are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Would you make friends easily? I guess if you travel
Not
solo,
really.
you might do. I mean, Ibiza. Met some cool people.
Yeah, we did, yeah, in all fairness.
guess
So that was alright, wasn't
It'd
it?
purely be down to circumstance, I think. Like how if you fall into it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But if the question is literally you are on your own and that's it, then it's completely different, isn't it, really?
So you'd say group,
But-
I'd say alone.
I'd say with somebody.
Just
like-
one person though.
Not
Or
even
group.
necessarily a group with somebody. I would prefer not to on my own, to be honest. I don't really like going places on my own. I always get too nervous and anxious. So.
Well, now because it's like vanity's kicking in, need the person, cameraman.
Yeah, exactly. I have
Document.
to come with you. It's like you've gone alone because all I do is take pictures and videos.
That profile picture of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Right, so you actually kind of mugged this one off a bit, but I think it's quite cool. So travel along the ocean floor or take a trip to space. So let's, because you said to me it'd just be dark, you wouldn't be able to do anything.
Mhm.
So you can actually like, it's in a sense, not even that. Like, it could be that, yeah.
With
so
a light, sort of
but
thing.
you can see you can see like in front of you. It's not just complete darkness.
So
Like you can look around and see stuff within like a
like the
fairly close thing.
like the ocean floor in like a reef, then. So like you can, everything's clear. It's
Ocean
not
floor.
Like
if you want to pick
pitch
reef,
black.
then yeah.
Yeah, reef. Like a long stretch. I'd probably still say space.
I think it'd be fucking insane to just drop to the bottom of the ocean when nobody's fucking been and see what's there. Like imagine the thing, like you come across like blobfish and shit like that. Like you come across some weird stuff, wouldn't you? I think it'd be so cool because it's like 95% or whatever of the ocean's not actually being explored. Like imagine how many species there are in the ocean. You can say the same about space. Obviously, space isn't easy to get to, is it?
What did you say the question was? Ocean floor or what in space? Just go to space.
Travel along the ocean floor or take a trip to space.
Yeah, I'd say take a trip to space.
So say International Space Station.
And just go on like a little cruise just outside.
Yeah, you just go just outside. You can go onto that. You could do like spacewalk and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say that. It's just a whole brand new experience, isn't it? Ocean floor, you could probably do something similar. But like you said, pitch black would be jokes. Like,
go into like the bottom of the Red Sea or something like that.
You hope you see something. If you went all the way there and you just saw blackness, then
you just see your end. See your demise. That's where it'd be.
Exactly. See a massive kraken just take
something
exactly. Away. Like, what?
At least it'd be banter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that one was similar to what you said anyway. Because that's, would you rather vacation at the beach or in the mountains? So that's basically like Hawaii and Everest, isn't it? Would you say beach or mountains though? Like currently, I would say mountains, just because I want to do snowboarding.
I'd probably say mountains because I'm not really that into the heat.
We say we're fortunate enough to be near beaches anywhere at the minute. Like mountains.
Mountains is a different experience, isn't it?
So at the minute, I mean, preferably I'd probably would say beach a lot of the time, just because I like that setting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you prefer the heat, don't you? So.
But I'd say like because we've recently learned snowboarding and stuff, I'm keen to do that.
Actually use the skill.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want me to chuck
just do another one.
Would you rather be able to fly or teleport?
Teleport.
Ooh, would you?
Yeah.
I'd rather fly, I think.
Oh, fuck that.
Because I can take my little economy seat to the country, but then I can fly around wherever I want in that country then.
Why would you take your economy seat to the country if you can fly? You just fly there yourself.
Yeah, but that might get cold, isn't it? I could just get comfort in the plane.
It's random weird questions that are never going to be able to happen. So
if you're flying on the Atlantic,
right?
Are you going the same speed as a jet? Because that's 9.5 hour flight time to like Vegas or something. Like
exactly.
What it was flying.
So you just teleport.
Yeah, but then when you're in the place, you can fly about in the place. That'd be lit, like hover control.
Oh, you
just like you don't have to do a helicopter tour, would you? You could just fly around to your own helicopter tour.
You just teleport onto the top of the helicopter and fly through the blades and end yourself.
See, I think it's hard because I said
teleport because I hate travel.
But then, like, you could say, like, you just click your fingers and be like, right, let's just do pod and
exactly,
Costa Rica now. Yeah,
I've got a half an hour lunch break. See you later. I'm off to Australia.
Go off to Amsterdam for a little bit.
Gone. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I've got a 20-second break. Hang on. Click. Yep, I'm back, guys. Just got shagged 3 times.
It's hard. I know teleport would be insane, but I did think, like, oh, actually, if you just got to the country anyway and then you just chose to fly around that country doing your own thing, like
flying around would be cool because you could see stuff while you're doing it. But at the same time, I want to see the Statue of Liberty. Click. I'm there.
How long's the teleport time though? Like wait time? You're just in a lobby waiting for like 10 hours. Because you can't just click teleport.
It's teleportation.
Yeah, it's just still wait
instant.
time. The little particle wait time. Waiting to form again, render you back into the world.
Okay, so with your flight, does it work like it does in Saints Row 4? You can only fly for a certain amount, and then you have to wait for your stamina to come back up. So you can fly for like 5 minutes, but then you have to recharge for like a day.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do long distance then. You just
exactly.
run out of stamina and just plummet.
Exactly. So it's the same with saying...
I'll teleport and do the 10-hour wait time. So render back in.
Yeah, at least it might be like 10-hour wait time in like a nightclub or a strip club or something like that, instead of on a fucking plane.
Yeah, exactly. Headrest. You got a little wait.
Okay, so now you've said that, let's move on to the next one. So, would you rather Virgin Atlantic headrest or airplane meal? Virgin Atlantic headrest comes from the Las Vegas flight, which is in the previous episodes. Episode number 25, I believe it is, Las Vegas. So yeah, basically Virgin Atlantic headrest was absolute jokes. As we say, the flight was okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Staff good. So the airline's alright. It's just that headrest was jokes. So we're not mugging off the airline at all. We're just mugging off that single headrest. And I mean, airplane meals, everybody knows what they're like, don't they? So if you've ever had one, you know that it's just some absolute shit fucking cheese toasty getting slapped across your face.
Soggy cheese toasty, you love that. I'd say the headrest.
I'd rather have airplane meals. Because at least you could get given the airplane meal and you could just lob it across the plane. You don't really have a choice with a headrest, it's just there.
Just lob it across the plane. Oh, that's making me laugh too much.
With your food, you just take your cheese toasty and you just slap the person next to you with it. Because that's what certain people do. Fucking muggins over her.
It was wet.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it was cheese sandwich in the microwave, wasn't it? One side was like toasted and nice, and the other side was just a soggy sack of shit.
It makes it come across like I'm fasting. I'd eat like quite a bit of food, to be fair. Just
you eat anything. Fucking pancakes on Chicago trip. Apple pancakes.
It was
fucking
just,
grim.
Jokes.
And that was British Airways or American Airlines as well. It's actually high-end place, and they give you that fucking shit for breakfast.
Scrambled egg, pancake, and apple sauce together. Like, what?
Get lit.
Right,
yeah, we get lost into that, so next one.
That's made me laugh. Would you rather live in ancient Greece or ancient Egypt? How well do you know your history? I would say ancient Greece, because being a Spartan would be banging.
Yeah, and if you were in ancient Egypt, would you be building the pyramids so you could probably be a slave quite easily?
You would just be a slave, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just chilling. Unless you're like Cleopatra level.
Mind you, ancient Egypt, would you be one of the little butties that's inside like the Spartan arena that has to run away from them?
You're
just a random peasant that's been put in there, and you've got to fight against a lion or something. It's like, yeah, this person's being trialed because they stole a grape.
Exactly.
And now they're being put to fight with a lion or like a fucking dinosaur or something.
Headrest.
Or a fucking Virgin Atlantic headrest. You either get sentenced to death or you have to spend the rest of your life with a Virgin Atlantic headrest around your neck. Fucking death, easy.
But yeah, ancient Greece. I think being a Spartan would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you have to say that as well. But then you could be in ancient Egypt. You could be a pharaoh. It'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
But then you'd have the scarab beetles that go inside you and
just dug up from
jokes, so. Probably Greece, Creed, yeah. Although I don't know too much about either of them, so I'm just going by what you've said about being a Spartan.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing.
Yeah,
when I saw it, I just thought that. I was like, that'd be insane. Yeah.
Spartans definitely are Greek. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's making me question it. Sparta in Athens, isn't it?
So that was
ancient
I saw
Greece.
something earlier, and it was actually a fact thing. You only start doubting yourself when someone else doubts you.
It is.
So when I've just questioned you about what you've said, you've started doubting yourself, haven't you?
It's the same as like obvious questions, like on tests. I always get them wrong because it's like you're looking at the answer, going like, "Why is that an answer? Like that's so obvious," but it's like makes you doubt it. Then
yeah, exactly.
Stupid.
Right, so we can speak from experience from this one. Would you rather lose your phone or your passport?
Yeah.
So, jokes, we had our passports stolen. If we ever do a Chicago episode with Ashley, we will tell you about that. But would you rather have your phone or your passport stolen?
Passport.
Yeah. It's the only option, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Cause
you can get a new passport while you're out there, but the shit that's on your phone...
Yeah, I need to back
all of your memories and that you've taken all your trips, all your pictures and your videos from that trip. You're never going to be able to get them back, kind of thing. Especially us, because we've got no space on the cloud.
What about? Oh, imagine that. No, because obviously in Chicago we were fortunate enough that there was the embassy nearby to get.
So if you're in a weird country,
like in the rainforest or something, and you lost your passport, then like. Imagine losing your phone then, though, in the rainforest. Well, you might not have any signal anyway, but...
Well, you probably wouldn't, would you?
You'd just turn into Tarzan, wouldn't you? You'd have to, like...
Say from, like, your bog standard trip, so, like, places that we've been, minus Ghana, because that's, like, Gandhi territory. But, like, a normal, like, European trip for us, let's say. passport, because it'd be quite easy to
It's not too bad
be able
because
to figure it out.
you
I
get like a
think.
90-day visa, don't you, as like a traveller thing anyway. So even if you lost your passport, you can just chill for a little bit anyway, isn't it? So you can sort it out.
And anything would get extended whilst you get it sorted, because it's like, okay, yeah, I've lost my passport or it's been stolen or something. I have no way of getting out of your country. So whilst we sort this out, I have to stay here. And then it'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, there's no way around it.
Hopefully you got the funds, though, to obviously stay in the country,
And, in travel insurance, you can actually get some money back. Certain people don't, do they?
Well, yeah.
Right, that's all of mine, so...
Okay, I've only got 4, so I can run through these if you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the one was you said anyway, so it's 3.
Yeah.
So would you rather get a free trip to the moon or a free trip to any 20 cities of your choice?
Moon.
It's quite interesting, isn't it?
It has to be.
20 cities, though.
Yeah, but 20 cities you could tick off easier than going to the moon.
Yeah.
Think about how difficult, in the current state, because you go 5 years in the future and maybe it'll cost like 10 quid to get to the moon. But you can't, there's no way for us to get to the moon, is there?
Yeah, that'd be lit.
But there is ways for us to get to 20 cities. Because we do it, don't we? Music video on the moon, yeah.
Mad.
Imagine that, you blow up instantly.
Literally.
Yeah, in the rocket ship.
But, yeah, okay, there, yeah, I'd say the moon.
It has to be done that.
Okay, let's have a look. Travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget or travel for 1 month in complete luxury.
I saw this one.
It is a pretty good one.
Depends what complete luxury means. Obviously, shoestring means you're literally just getting by. You can only afford the bare essentials.
Hostel living.
Yeah. Luxury could be like 5-star restaurants, 5-star hotels.
Private jets.
Or business class, say, for argument's sake. I'd say a month.
I would say that probably as long as you can afford the plane ticket, though. Shoestring budget is like you can afford, like you're just obviously the cheapest seat.
That's
fine.
Basic meals. And you probably couldn't really do much when you went to the country other than like explore. You couldn't really spend any money in the country other than food, could you?
You could probably flip that. Travel the world for a year, I'd go to a poor country. So it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's still a shoestring budget, so are you on that budget for that country?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
so
rat soup in Cambodia or something.
Whatever the budget. So your budget from Italy would be exactly the same as your budget for Zimbabwe, let's say. Or no, it wouldn't be exactly the same. You'd be in the same situation. So where £10 would get you £10 worth in Italy, but you'd only have the equivalent of £1 for Zimbabwe.
That's hard, isn't it?
Because it's a lot worse.
Imagine the memories and experiences you would like. Survival stories.
But if you could travel for a month in luxury, technically you could fuck off everywhere. You could go so many places and do so much stuff.
Yeah, in a month.
Like you could literally think of like, what do I want to do? I want to go swimming with sharks. I want to go and see whales. I want to ride elephants. Of course, I'm thinking of all the animal stuff.
I guess like as soon as you
I want
land
to climb the pyramids or some shit like that.
You would do that one thing and then literally have to like just hop on the plane and go again, isn't it? So it'd be a mad month. Well, that's hard. Because I do think a shoestring budget's not too bad.
No, if you can get by,
travel, like you'd have to get in that mindset where you are going to be like that.
Tramp mode.
Yeah.
I'd say a month in luxury,
mode,
just because it's something that you wouldn't otherwise experience.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, travel.
You could do anything you wanted to, basically. Shoestring budget. Yes, you're going to the places, but you're restricted to what you can do in those places.
Yeah, kind of like how well can you travel in that country on that budget? Can you take like buses everywhere, or can you not afford that? Like, do you actually just have to walk everywhere? Because then if it's that, then definitely not. But if you have a shoestring budget where you can afford train tickets, like it's obviously the trampiest seats that you get. But that's not necessarily shoestring, is it? Like that's
because
you have
then
a bicycle or something.
You'd pay for a train ticket, but then you wouldn't be able to afford to eat that day.
Yeah,
sort of thing, wouldn't it?
So
you'd have to pick where your money would go. Yeah, you'd be able to do so much. You could get lit on yachts with bitches. You could basically be Dan Blazarian for a month.
And then blow up and then start a career like that, isn't it?
And then you live in luxury for the rest of your life because you've
get lit with it.
Got lit, yeah, exactly. Right.
Well, hopefully you might just get to a point where you get so lit you just die anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, okay, speak every language. This is one I made actually. See if it makes any sense. Speak every language fluently when traveling. So every country you go to, you can speak the language like absolutely fine. or you just have enough money to spend on as many tours in that country as you want. So you can either communicate with everyone in the country, or you just have enough money just to go on the tours and not understand a word they're saying, but you're still experiencing things that country has to offer.
So that's a bit...
I would rather speak fluently.
It's a bit difficult, that, because you could speak fluently, but you wouldn't be going on any of the tours.
We just have the money. Just like what we say, similar to like America, you just book all the tours in advance. You have enough money just to do as many things, and you know where you're going, and you do everything. But they're just speaking to you in their language.
Yeah,
so you don't have a clue.
But
what
if you could
saying.
speak their language, then you wouldn't have any of that. You wouldn't have any of the tours or anything. You'd be on your own kind of thing.
But then you could speak to them in a way where they'll tell you maybe get discounts on tours, or they tell you like, oh, that tour is a scam. Do another one, like do this one, like, oh, well, come with me. Like, I'll just take you there. It's hard, isn't it?
Depends what you want to do.
Depends how traveller minded you are. I'd rather speak fluently and then see if you can get like little nuggets of cool stuff that locals only knew. Because you wouldn't know, because you're a butty little tourist.
Well, no, it depends. Yeah, it depends if you say tours or stuff that you want to do in that country. Because if you want to go to, like we've always said, Dubai, and you go and rag it around the desert,
yeah,
or like you go and riding camels and shit like
it's cool
that,
to learn their language.
then obviously you'd be able to actually get the tickets. But if you only knew the language, you might not even be able to get the tickets because you wouldn't have the money to do it necessarily. You wouldn't even be able to do it. You'd just be able to speak to everybody. That's what I get from that. It's either be able to do all the tours and not understand, or understand and not do any of the tours.
What would you do though? I don't know. It'd be a cool experience. Like say going to
It'd be
Japan
cool to experience
and learning their language,
just to piss off somewhere and be able to instantly speak.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't have to worry about anything really, would you? But you'd be limited in what you could do.
It's cool videos seeing this one guy. He knew like Chinese quite well, and he's just like a white British looking person, and like all the people in the shop, like they were so fascinated that he knew the language so well. And I thought it's well cool. And then they get really friendly to you. Then you're like, what the hell? You know the language quite well. So it'd be cool to have that sort of feeling where like, I'm terrible with the new language, to be honest. But
yeah, exactly. Language is German. Everybody should be able to speak English anyway. So fuck it.
I thought it was quite cool. I think doing it fluently would be, especially if you went to a country like you said where it just wouldn't speak English. Yeah. So you would
like an Asian country.
Like you went to Japan, you just be stood there like, where am I going? Yeah. Like, I can't read any signs. Like, what's going on? Yeah. But you got enough money just to go. You know what? So there we go.
Right. Yeah. Well,
that's quite cool.
Leave it at that then. So, on to new music.
New music. So it's quite a quiet release. I mean, quite a lot of artists are going to do Christmas stuff, so it's not going to surprise me.
Yeah, so it can all jog on.
So the biggest release I'd say is Stormzy, This Is What I Mean, Jay Critch, Up All Night, Meek Mill's Flamers 5, that's on DatPiff, Sneakbo, Made in Brixton, The Wombats, Is This What It Feels Like to Feel Like This, and Jordan, Crooks and Queens.
Nice short list.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stormzy's is a different style of music.
It's not normal Stormzy. Like, it's not what Stormzy was. It's not It's not how he's come up as it. It's completely different.
If you haven't really heard Stormzy in a while, I think it probably would shift what you'd think of what he started like with the Shut Up and things like that.
Especially when he's been like a headliner for like Glastonbury and that, and you think now he's switched over to something like this.
I mean, it's quite to be diverse of it, I guess. But I quite liked his grime.
Big difference.
Yeah, I quite liked his grime style and like his aggressive. Yeah, not sassy, fuck you attitude.
Not slow, sappy shit.
Now he's obviously balling out. He's probably kicking back, chilling. Care, you know what I mean? He's got fuck you attitude differently now.
Exactly.
Fair play to him. Right, fact and joke.
Right. So joke. You should know where this comes from as soon as I say it. What type of pasta do penguins eat?
I should know.
Penguini.
Wow.
No, where the joke come from? I was eating my penguin bar at work. That was the joke on it.
Fuck's sake.
There's loads. What's a penguin's favourite family member? Antarctica.
You're gonna go your resort to penguin bars, aren't you?
I found them funny. Somebody at work, I said one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but somebody at work genuinely burst out laughing. I was like, for fuck's sake. What's a penguin's favourite mode of transport? An icicle. You know, like a bicycle, but an icicle.
You need like Penguin to sponsor this podcast. Imagine just have a load of penguins just all over the table. Just read them out.
Right, fact. So this is actually travel related, technically. Okay. It's kind of a little bit of a story. There's two parts to it. The world's longest commercial flight took around 30 hours. The so-called double sunrise service by Qantas, which ran from Australia to Sri Lanka in 1943 to 1945, often lasted over 30 hours with passengers seeing the sunrise twice. Today, the longest commercial flight is the Singapore Airlines Singapore to New York route, with an average journey time of 17 hours and 50 minutes. The shortest commercial flight takes less than 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly, the shortest commercial flight operating between the neighbouring islands of Westray and Papa Westray in Scotland's Orkney Islands takes around 1.5 minutes, with the fastest recorded flight taking less than 50 seconds.
I guess that's a little propeller plane, isn't
Probably. I can't imagine like a fucking Boeing going for 50
it?
seconds.
You're queuing all that time going through security.
Imagine you spending 4 hours in the airport just for a 50-second flight. But that's jokes. Like, you go from 17, 18 hours to 50 seconds. Like,
exactly.
who even gets a plane for 50 seconds? Surely you could just fucking run.
30
or
hours.
just swim. 30 hours
with
on a
a
plane.
headrest.
Oh, 30 hours of Virgin Atlantic headrest. No, thank you.
The leg space.
And on that note,
I think
socials.
it'd be mad, wouldn't it?
Socials. Let's get out of this now.
Right, find us on all streaming platforms under the SoulInsights podcast. Please leave us a rating and review if you want. Socials, Twitter, SI Index, TikToks, Instagram, SoulInsights Index, and YouTube, Soul Insights. Hopefully we'll keep running with Would You Rathers, just change up the topics, isn't it? 'Cause I think they're quite banter, to be honest.
So I'm quite surprised how much there was online, actually, about travel.
Yeah,
Because it's
hopefully.
something that I just kind of like randomly said, oh, maybe we could do something like this. We can come up with our own stuff. I typed it in and I was like, wow, there is actually stuff here about it. Kind
It's
of
definitely
thing,
a cool
like,
topic. I think it's probably a topic
travel
you
is,
quite like, isn't it, anyway, doing. Because it's always cool to experience.
It's cool, just like worldwide stuff and like different things you can do, places you can see.
So
even if you're not like big into actually traveling, you can appreciate like what actually is out there.
Yeah.
So
best way of learning about people and stuff.
exactly, new cultures, new people, new experiences, all that shit, basically.
Yes.
So
Yes.
right.
Go,
So we'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in.
Toodaloo. Call it caramel because it is
Salted.